Music Interview Corner.
Hello from the Music Interview Corner. In collaboration with ROCKHARZ 26, I have for you the queen of metal, Doro Pesch, the metal queen.
Hi guys. Yeah, we just had a great concert. It was awesome. It was great to be back here.
The crowd went wild when you were on stage.
Yes, that's always the best. When the fans are happy, I'm happy. And it was a great atmosphere and huge. I played here many years ago and it was a smaller festival. And now it's like, I don't know how much it grew, but it's big. I was very impressed, blown away actually, yeah.
You have dedicated your entire life to heavy metal.
Yes.
So after more than 4 decades, what still inspires you about this music?
It's easy to answer, the fans. I love the fans, I love people, I love music. And when I was 3 years old, I had like this moment, I listened to one song, and it was actually not heavy metal, but it was so powerful, so high energy, and it was Little Richard Lucille. And when I was a little girl, I made up my mind I want to do it. And I had my first band when I was 15, 16. First band was called Snakebite, then Beast, then Attack, and then Warlock. And we formed in 1982. And it was immediately, you could feel there was some magic, there was some power. And it was the beginning when heavy metal was growing bigger and bigger. So it was great to be a witness of the times when it all started. Yeah, and then I had a job. I was a graphic artist, but actually when we did our first gigs, I knew I wanted to do it for the rest of my life. And then from the first gig on, I had a great deep connection with the audience, with the fans. And yeah, and this love always grew and grew. And I love the fans and I would do anything for the fans. That's the reason why I've never been married. I don't have kids. I just like, yeah, I'm totally dedicated to metal and to the fans, and this will probably never change.
That's so beautiful. When you look back at your career now, is there a moment, if you could travel back in time, what moment would you go to see yourself perform, but from the eyes of a fan?
Oh, actually, well, I think I always tried to make the best out of each situation, and sometimes we played in little clubs, no stage, and you know, and I'm pretty small, I'm pretty petite, and all these fans, they were like way, you know, like they were so tall, and sometimes people were crashing the stage. And when I started, there was no security, nothing, there was no gap, so you could just really stage dive and then stay on stage. And I always wanted to make people happy, and I'm a big fan of many bands too, and I still go to concerts, and it always inspires me. And one moment, it was Ronnie James Dio. I went to his concert, and then the curtain opened, and I almost fell to my knees because I was so touched. And I thought, if I could ever do the same, you know, to the fans, then you know, then that would be good. So I could learn from the best, and yeah, and I'm still a big fan. So to me, the fans and the band, we are one, and yeah, and I think that's the secret of like doing it for such a long time. It's like the deep relationship with the fans, and I'm still a fan of many bands, and yeah.
And I mean, now I see you that close up, you look so incredibly young. Do you think metal keeps you young?
Oh yeah, totally. When you do what you love, and there's nothing better than that. No cream, nothing. I went vegan. That's another thing which I think it really helps the body. I think I'm more healthy than I was in the 80s. I started, you know, chain smoking when I was 11. So I gave up smoking and I turned vegan, maybe 10 years ago, before I was vegetarian. And and I think vegan is good for your body, and I do it for the animals. But I think the skin, everything,
It looks incredible. And I can see it, really, guys, I can see it that close up.
That's good. That's especially nice to hear it from another girl and stuff. And but I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
And what part of your younger self is always with you when you step onto a stage?
The curious, little girl, like I always loved adventure, and when I go on stage, I feel like, oh, that's it. It's a new day, it's a new show, a new city, a new country, and new fans, different vibes, different hearts, different souls. I love that, and I'm a very sensitive person, I think, and I always was, and I still feel the same, like a little kid, and I'm always very enthusiastic. Sometimes people say, "Oh, you're crazy," but I still feel the same. And as a kid, I was wild, enthusiastic, and and always like very emotional and stuff. But I still have that. And it never went away. And I always have so much stage fright when I go on stage. Oh my God.
Every time, even now?
Yeah. Every time. It's always special. I always want to treat every concert like it would be the last concert, or it would be the first, and I always give it my all, and there's no holding back. And then afterwards you think, oh, everything, starts to hurt, and, sometimes you fall on stage, or you run into your guitar player. I'm always bruised and stuff. After a whole tour, the body is black and blue from all this stuff, but I love it. I love it.
Love Me in Black? No.
Yeah, I love Me in Black. Exactly. I never thought of this connection, but you're right. Yeah, I love it intense. I always did, and that's the reason why it was never like normal music for normal people. I always liked it more intense, like as heavy as it can get and as sensitive as it can get.
And you have paved the way for generations of women in heavy metal. I mean, that's why you're the metal queen. But what would you say has changed the most in heavy metal from now and when you started?
Oh yeah, actually, when I started, I tell you, there were like 99% guys in the audience. You could never see a girl, maybe like a girlfriend from a guy, but it was so rare. And now it changed so much. It's almost 50-50, which I think is great. It's a much better balance. And in the 80s, there was maybe a handful of singers or female musicians, and now there are tons of great, wonderful, talented women where people can look up to. And in the 80s, it was like, the sexy, good-looking girls that were like dancing in these MTV videos, which looked good, but I think it had not much dignity. And now the women, they have much more respect, and it's very dignified, and I think that's a very good thing. I love it.
And when you see younger female artists succeed today, do you feel a little bit proud knowing that you helped to pave the way?
Sometimes some people tell me, even when we saw the girls of Crypta, she said she was a big fan, she got inspired and stuff, and sometimes I hear that and it makes me feel so happy that I do something what inspires people, what motivates you. I love it. But guys and girls, and actually when we started metal, it was a different atmosphere. Like we were like the outlaws more. Now it's all like heavy metal. Everybody knows. Every grandma knows about people, or Metallica or Motorhead. But in the 80s, people looked down at metalheads. And that totally changed as well. Now it's totally accepted, and that's really good. But on the other hand, it was good when in the 80s we felt then more rebellious, like, we were against the establishment, against the normal people.
And today on stage you also played the song Warriors of the Sea, that I really love. And you said you wrote it for your own metal cruise, the Metal Queen Metal Cruise. Can you tell me more about the song and the cruise?
Yes, actually, I always did cruises. I think the first one was the 70,000 tons of metal, and then the full metal cruise. The Wacken people do these full metal cruises, and then the Monsters of Rock cruises I did many, many times, and the Megadeth cruise, it was called Mega Cruise. So I always want to do my own cruise, and then last year we did our first cruise, actually two. It started in Cologne, and we went down and up the Rhine River, all the ruins. It was great. And then we did it this year again. And last year I thought, when we do our own cruise, we need a song for it. Yeah, and one time I had this melody, and then and the lyric, usually I'm always pretty good with choruses, I think. So I put it on my cell phone and I sent it to our bass player Stefan Herkenhoff, and I said, hey, check it out, I think I have an idea, maybe, you check it out. And he said, oh, I love it, let's do it. Yeah, and then he put everything around it and the instruments and stuff. And then, yeah, and then we started working on the song, and then it came up pretty good. And then we thought, oh, let's do a video out of it. But we filmed the video on our first cruise, and then it came out a little bit later. And that was the first time that it was a liquid-filled vinyl with blue curacao, and and that was pretty nice. And we have now a glitter version, and the liquid-filled vinyls, they are actually, the fans love it, the collectors. It's a little bit expensive because it's handmade. Wow. Yeah, it's handmade, and you have to put the liquid in, and it's a big deal, but it's nice to have. So yeah, and we love playing Warriors of the Sea, and yeah.
It made me happy. It has this feeling of freedom, I think.
Yes. I grew up in a truck. My dad, he was a truck driver, and I always felt good being on the road. The same I feel when I'm on a ship. It's like, yeah, man, the whole world can just do whatever they want. We are like amongst each other, all we are is all we are, is all we need, all we are is... You know what I mean?
Yes, and everybody else also knows what you mean.
Oh yeah, and we're family, and all we are is all we need, absolutely. So yeah.
I don't want to take up too much of your energy because you're still going back on stage today.
Yeah. Actually, I tell you, after a gig, I'm always wiped.
Oh yeah, and you gave it your all on stage.
Yeah, I always do, and then after the gig, I'm, when the adrenaline is like, going out of your body, then like, when I have adrenaline and I'm like, oh, gung ho, and then, and after a little while, it calms down.
Oh yeah, and I have to ask, like, with more than 4 decades in metal, what's the craziest thing you have ever done on tour?
The craziest thing? Oh my God, the craziest thing. Oh God, there were so many crazy things. Like, oh God. Oh man. Oh, I wouldn't even know what to say.
It's okay, we can also skip it. Maybe it will still happen on your cruise, on the next Metal Queen Metal Cruise. The craziest thing is yet to come.
You're right. Yeah, probably the craziest thing is yet to come. There were many crazy things, but oh man, yeah, I can't think of it right now. I'm still buzzed from the atmosphere today, the gig was so great, and actually, yeah, next time I will tell you.
Of course, I would love to do another interview.
Good.
And your music always feels so empowering, and it gives people hope. Is that what you're doing intentionally, or does it happen naturally?
I always love to empower people. Actually, the Forever Warriors Forever United album, that was a while ago, I wanted to have the title Empowered United. And then people said, what is empowered? And, and I thought, man, that's what I want to do. And then, I thought, okay, if I need to explain it, then let's give it another title. So it was like Forever Warriors, Forever United. But I love to empower people and give out good, positive energy. And and I always feel good when I'm getting connected to all these great people. Some are not anymore alive. For example, I'm a big fan of Bruce Lee. I always check out what he said, and and his way of living or fighting. I'm a big martial arts fan as well. And and I always feel inspired by great people, and then I know, then I can inspire the fans, what I just learned. And I always want to give out good energy. I think the world needs good energy because Definitely. We are in a really strange place right now. Yeah. I've never seen it so heavy and so much turmoil and so unsafe and unbelievable.
Yeah, there's so much division and isolation. Yes. Do you think music can help to bring people back together?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I think when we have festivals like this today or gigs, I've never seen anybody fighting when we were playing. It was always like, the energy was like very focused and, always positive and, and very loving. And I love that. And I think, the world definitely needs needs more festivals, more music, what makes you feel good. And I think when you feel good, then you don't need to kill or fight or or do bad stuff. And then when you feel good, you can make other people feel good, and you can love other people and help and support. And I think that's very important.
Yeah, that's so true. And you're still going back on stage. That's why we have to end this very soon. You're going to play with Feuerschwanz, the song Valhalla.
Yeah. They asked me if I want to, do Valhalla, like do a duet. And I listened to the song and I loved it immediately. So I went into the studio, sang it, and I thought, oh, that's nice. And then we did a nice video. Mirko Witzki, he was the video producer. He's a great guy. He did 4 of my videos. The first single of the last album was Time for Justice. It was really cool. And then Children of the Dawn. And the duet with Rob Halford we did together, Total Eclipse of the Heart. That was Rob Halford's choice. And I love Mirko Witzki. And then, the Feuerschwanz guys, Ben told me that he's doing the video. So I said, yeah. I'm coming, and it was in this beautiful castle, and it was that was so spectacular. I think it's one of my top 10 videos of all times. I love it. So yeah, and it's good to connect with good people, people who have good ideas and stuff. So it was a lot of fun. We did a couple of things together, and I went on stage before in my former hometown Düsseldorf, and that was great. So tonight I hope I can do the same, make people feel good, and yeah.
And maybe one last question. What's your biggest dream for the future?
Oh yeah, that people will calm down, that there will be no more war, that people help each other, that the whole world will be a better place. I think that's what every musician or artist or painter or filmmaker is looking for, that the world will be a better place where everybody has, peace, love, enough to eat, no more wars. So that's the thing what I pray for. I always pray
And you're spiritual, right? You believe in God?
Yeah, yes, I believe in God and in a positive power and all that good stuff, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I believe in God. Yes.
Yes, and thank you so much, Doro, for this interview.
Thank you. You were very sweet.
Oh, you too. And goodbye from the Music Interview Corner.
Take care, guys.
Music Interview Corner.